What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. Well, it is certainly not often that you'll see a competitor decide to skip the Mr. Olympia competition despite being qualified. But some competitors are willing to risk it all for a shot at that first call-out on the Mr. Olympia stage. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Welcome back to EP09 Bodybuilding, and we have one such competitor right here, Tonio Burton, decided to skip the 2024 Mr. Olympia, which some would have found surprising after finishing 8th place in 2023. Switched over to 212, ended up doing very well when he showed up on that New York Pro stage, won the California Pro in 2024 as well, but decided to skip in order to put on the necessary size to really make it into that first call-out. That is the goal for Tonio Burton. He is currently sitting at somewhere around 260 pounds, and I think that improvements have definitely been made by Tonio Burton. The shoulders look even more capped than they were previous to him doing this bulk. The arms, I think, look bigger. He has a broader chest. The legs, I don't know if we're seeing a ton of improvement in the legs. We really won't know, I don't think, until he really dials in, shreds down, gets on stage, and we do have a show announcement from Tonio Burton as well. But this is definitely looking encouraging that Tonio will be bringing his biggest and best to the stage. And the show that Tonio has chosen to return to the stage is the 2024 Legion Sports Fest, also known as the Copyright Strike Classic. For those of you who know, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But look, from the back, Tonio, ridiculous. I mean, wide as a host, tons of detail, proportionate. This guy is absolutely crazy from top to bottom. Some of the best proportions from top to bottom that you will find anywhere in the Pro League. And he actually kept it quite lean, I have to say, when it comes to this bulk. This is 260, and he will definitely drop down. I mean, who knows how many pounds, you guys? 15 pounds, 20 pounds more? Who knows? But he is very lean from what we can see here. I would say that Tonio would be one of the favorites going in to the Legion Sports Fest, but we did find out that he will have some pretty stiff competition from a new guy on the scene, actually. COLLOSUS Ken, I know, is confirmed for the Legion Sports Fest, which as of right now sits around 19 weeks away. Tonio will have his hands full with this newcomer, and COLLOSUS Ken did say that he thinks that he can compare with Tonio very well. You guys can check out the latest episode of the Bodybuilding Breakdown. I will put the link for you guys right here, as well as I'll put it in the description. Excellent interview with Ken, appreciate him coming on. But one thing is for sure, Tonio Burton means business going into the 2025 season. When he switched from 212 into open, nobody thought that he would make any kind of a significant impact. He certainly proved them wrong, and I think that he does have the ability to make it into a first call-out situation. Competition is certainly getting tougher, but Tonio is also getting better. So you guys let me know what you think about that in the comments below. What do you think about this current version of Tonio Burton? And remember, this is not just a guy that's going after an Olympia qualification. He's going after a spot in that first call-out. With only 6 weeks to go until he steps back on that Arnold Classic stage, James Hollingshead drops an update at 6 weeks out. And we are seeing insane amounts of detail here from James. We're not seeing a lot of updates from James, but from what he is showing us, he is definitely showing us that he will be ready when he steps on that stage. This guy has basically been eating nothing but fish and potatoes leading up to this show. Trust me, he is going to be ready. And I do think that we are going to see a brand new version of James Hollingshead when he steps on that stage. But that's not the only change that James is actually making. James posting on his Instagram that he will be leaving the Trained by JP Shed Gym this month. Thanks to all my staff and members, he says here, all who have made it a special place for me. I wish you all the very best. So James actually went into business with a longtime training partner of his, Jordan Peters, and it seems that they are going to be parting ways after just over a year of being open to the public. And this gym looked absolutely stacked when it comes to a playground for bodybuilders. It looks like it has absolutely everything here that you could possibly hope for to bring your best to the stage, to bring your best to life, you guys. Absolutely unbelievable looking gym, but it is confirmed that James will be training somewhere else. I don't know where at this point, and really it doesn't matter. I think that James could really walk into any gym and come in and really push it and be at his best. James wouldn't choose just anywhere to go and train. Shortly after posting the update, James responds with this: "Cheers for the messages. The gym will still be open as usual. It will just be Jordan's gym and not ours. I'll no longer be training there. The future is bright and today is great. Roll on the next few weeks of prep. Have a good day." Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know what exactly is happening because we really don't know. And out of respect for James, I'm not going to sit here and try and speculate about it all either. But James did indicate that he made this choice himself. I saw a comment that he made. He said it was by his choice. And I'm sure that he feels that this is the best thing for him moving forward. In my opinion, James Hollingshead is one of the most stand-up individuals in pro bodybuilding these days. He is one of the most genuine people. He is one of the most consistent bodybuilders when he does hit that stage, and his honesty leading up to gracing the stage as well. I just want to offer James my best. I have no doubt in my mind that whatever it is that he decides to pursue in the future, he will be absolutely successful with, just like he has been with his bodybuilding career to date. Now, rounding out this video with a very rare physique update from Brandon Curry, dropping an update at 6 weeks out of his return to the Arnold Classic stage himself. Being a previous Arnold Classic champion, taking home the title in 2022, Brandon looks to be making another big push for a top spot on that Arnold stage. And Brandon is looking fantastic in this update. We don't actually get any poses from Brandon in particular, but we do see the legs. You guys will see here in a minute. Absolutely looks fantastic at this point out for 6 weeks to go. I do think that he looks like he is carrying just as much size as ever, and as you guys will see, the legs are just as good, I would say, as they've ever been. Maybe a little bit bigger. There are some changes that Brandon has made in his prep. One big change being the fact that Brandon Curry is training in the United States after 8 years of training overseas. Brandon says, "I figured I'd come out of the shadows and let you all know that I've been working. Yes, there's been some changes for this prep, like I mentioned, but it doesn't change my willingness to endure and get the job done." And Brandon looks like he's definitely getting the job done. Now, another one of those big changes is the fact that Brandon is working with Justin Harris. Now, their plan is to continue to strip off the fat and then start concentrating on bringing out some of the details. And it looks like things are going according to plan. I think this is an excellent spot for Brandon to be at 6 weeks out of the competition, and especially given the fact that Brandon is 42 years old at this point and still able to compete at the upper echelon of bodybuilding. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't think that his 9th place finish was reminiscent of what he's actually still capable of when it comes to being on that Mr. Olympia stage. I'm sure many people will remember where Brandon was actually sick before the stage last year, almost didn't make it to the stage, still pulled off a top 10 spot. I think that the best is still yet to come from Brandon Curry. Now, realistically, where can we see Brandon place in this Arnold Classic lineup? As of right now, I have him somewhere between 5th, 6th, 7th spot. I think that's a realistic spot for Brandon because we have some very heavy hitters coming into the Arnold Classic, but this is definitely encouraging. I am definitely excited to see Brandon Curry on stage, and I think he's looking to show that he's still got it. So you guys let me know what you think about Brandon Curry in this update. Let me know where you think he's going to land in that Arnold Classic lineup. But you guys, we are only 6 weeks away from one of the biggest competitions in all of professional bodybuilding. I hope you guys are excited. I cannot wait to see how these guys show up on stage. But I'm going to wrap up the video right here for now. Make sure you check out the latest episode of the Bodybuilding Breakdown with COLLOSUS Ken. Really good interview there. Also joined by Xavier Wills and Marks Max Muscle. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. And as always, thank you guys for tuning in to EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.